everybody, welcome back to Grr-Must-Errd Gaming. I got a new build here for Remnant 2. This is my Toxic Avenger, and we've put this together in theme with the fact that I'm looking at like all elemental builds right now. I'm going to do a Sparky next, but after finishing the Immolator, I really wanted to do a corrosive build, and this is not letting me down. So Ritualist kind of pushed this all forward, but thanks to a viewer in the comments section, I've switched off Ritualist for Hunter, and it made a huge difference, and I really like the way this guy is performing. I test all my builds in Apocalypse. We're going to go run through my favorite place in Apocalypse right after this. We're going to head to the Imperial Gardens, and we'll see what this can do. Now, we've got Archon for mod power generation. This is a shooting build mostly based off of mod generation and using your mods. We're not really worried too much about the skills, though Hunter comes in as like a much more priority skill, as the mark is great, you know where the enemies are, and then you get that extra damage also. Super essential for boosting that damage up. When I took Ritualist off and put this on, it made a huge difference. Though I believe they have patched Ritualist now, so I'm excited to see what Ritualist is doing. This guy, the Toxic Avenger, is dope. You'll see when we get there. Okay, so for the gear, Effluvium Enhancer, obviously, everything. Acid Stone, everything. Acid, all corrosion. Spirit Stone, mod power generation. Red Ring of Death to double up that status effect and really bring the enemies down faster, and Cataloger's Jewel again because we just want to keep popping mods. Like most of my builds actually are reflected around mod spam because I build based off of like I like to make a style. Immolator's all about fire, Toxic Avenger's all about corrosion, and now we're going to be looking at going into Sparky after this. But for this one, we've got Nebula. Essential to any corrosive build. We've got Harmonizer on there to help generate extra mod power for our primary weapon, which has corrosive rounds on the typewriter, and failsafe to give us a chance not to use that mod and increase the damage on the mod. So those guys are they're our primary damage dealers. And then kind of honorable mention, the Gas Giant, which is a fantastic melee weapon. I used this when I first got it in the game, and it's great. If you haven't used it, definitely try it out on anything. But it just suits this build so much. I'm stoked to have it here. You won't see a lot of use from it. This is a shooty guy. Toxic Avenger likes to put bullets in things. So, Dying Breath is its built-in mod, and then I put the Mutator on for Tainted Blade, which you kind of gotta. You can see what they do there. Again, you see the Runed Heart. This will give us that mod power generation, and it's massive for getting your mods back up and then laying that damage into the enemies. Decimating the battlefield before they can really take you down is the idea. I got all my relic fragments based off of the mod generation, duration, and casting speed. Armor. I've switched up my armor, and I really like what came out of this one. We got good resistances. You got a carry weight for kind of on the normal dodge, and not too huge of a stamina penalty. 171 armor rating, and resistances across the board, so it's really good. We've got the Bruiser Gloves. We've got the Fey Royal Greaves, Labyrinth Mantle, and the Knotted Helm. Okay, so traits are straightforward. Now, let's talk about... I test everything in Apocalypse. Like, my builds are meant to run in Apocalypse. They're meant to do the world, and this is the first build that I've actually been kind of like debating. I might do some boss running with it and try it out because it's been wicked, and I think it'll do fantastic against the right bosses. But to stay alive, you want to get Fortify up, so that'll do your armor. Regrowth, Triage, Siphoner, and Barkskin. Those are all based around reducing damage, increasing your healing. So from there, really important is Affliction to increase that status effect duration, Flashcaster so you can pop your mods really quick, and again, Spirit and Expertise just for skill generation and your mod generation. From there, I've just got Swiftness going, and this is kind of a very general trait setup, and then they switch based off what they need, but again, you just kind of want to be able to do your mods as fast as possible, and you want some survivability because I don't put anything into health. Alright, let's head to the Imperial Gardens and test run this bad boy so you can see what we are going to do. If you're not, do consider subscribing, join the community here. Be sure to smash that like button. I've been putting builds together for a while now, and I love doing it, and I test all my builds in the Imperial Garden in Apocalypse. I also go to 2 spots, Lonsom and Naru, to check them out, and they all hold up. They're all fantastic. Let's go. Here we go. Imperial Gardens. Toxic Avenger clear out. I always test, if you've seen any of my other builds, you've heard this before, I test here because the concentration of dedicated elites is fantastic. And the enemies here are Super savage. See how I just pulled focus off of him? I'm just gonna drop his stuff right there.
Here they come.
Later, buddy. Go to bed. Both guns just performing magnificently. Mod power generation is through the roof. Automatically back to spamming that mod. You don't have the status effect on you. Keep hitting them with statuses. That'll clean up the guys behind me. That'll just eat them. And as you can see, we just pop on again and return. And I don't even try to focus off on cleaning them. It's like playing Warzone, right? If you down someone, go get his teammates. Don't worry about getting that thirst kill. What do you got here, buddy? Set it and forget it. Mod back up. Collect what ammo we can. Say goodbye to this guy. Oh, he gets a hit on me. Yeah, let's get this guy. Oh, wow. Wow, look at his health. He didn't even get a shot off, man. Fucking Toxic Avenger for those dubs. Where you going? Set it. And forget it. I'm gonna pop one of these. Watch out, these things are so brutal. They're little seekers. Someone behind me? These guys are always fucking everywhere. You test in Imperial Gardens because it's so freaking brutal. Let's that guy up. Let's get our mod power back. Guys do their work. Put him down. I think we're gonna end up pulling. No, we didn't pull the whole swarm.
Okay. That's it. For now.
Odds up. We're sweeping shots. We're trying to get that corrosive damage on everything. As you can see, Corrosive Avenger just clears stuff right out. Absolutely filthy. We're gonna call it here. I'm gonna throw a cheers. If you're not convinced, that's great. Put it together. Try it out where you want to go. What you think is the best place to be. I'm going to head over to Lonsom and go melt my favorite choke point. If you're done here, be sure to subscribe before you go. Smash that like button. If not, keep watching because we got to go to Nerud and we got to go to Lonsom. So, cheers to you all. All right, again. So I'm gonna actually have to. I think I'm gonna have to eventually figure out a new run for like my apocalypse tests. But I really just like coming here. I like coming to this one choke point and putting down like 6 enemies like kind of instantly. It's something that I do with all my builds. The little room has enough guys. It's got flying enemies. It's got melee enemies. Everything just coming at you. And so this is the other checkout. Get in the comments, what do you think? What would you do different? Like, the loadouts are so variable. There's so many little aspects you can change, but like when this one came together, and it was pretty much when I put Hunter on, I was just freaking stoked. Like, absolutely stoked. Can't even get to you. One hit. Oh, what do we got here? We got a flyer. Get rid of that guy. Where are you? That status effect now is a bit too much. It makes me wonder if this is bugged. This is one of the more damaging things I've seen in the game. Like, as soon as I switched on Hunter and started running this guy, and Hunter's not even procced right now. But, like, I'm just absolutely blown away. Let these guys work. Let's just watch them. Don't really want to come down here. Okay, so that I just come here and I clear that one room. If you want to try out yourself and push further, like, go ahead. The real test is Imperial Gardens, like I've said so many times. Great dedicated elite spawns. The enemies are going to come in behind you. They're going to be above you. There is no necessary like form or function how they attack. Like, you get surrounded, you get swarmed. If you don't have something that can handle that, you are done. You need a good loadout. You need a good build to survive that. This game is unforgiving in Apocalypse. And lastly, we'll go to Nerud, and Nerud can be also the more punishing one, because when you're looking at the robots coming in, you got the flyers. It can be pretty devastating. However, I think corrosion on Nerud is going to be pretty gross. I think it's going to be pretty gross, and it's going to really mess these guys up. Okay, let's go check it out. Okay, my favorite spacefaring holiday zone. The Aeon Vault in Nerud. But again, I don't think we're going to struggle much with these bombs. Oh man. And again, set them and forget them. Get corrosion on as many guys as you can, and just let it do its work. Another thing you'll notice is that I don't really reload. So, get that mod power generation up, and then there's your reload. This is just a bit much. Like, look at Nebula doing the work behind you. This is a very crushing build, and like I said, I don't build bossing builds. I think, like, honestly, if I want to go do a crazy bossing, I'm looking at the Hugs build, essentially Engineer, Summoner build, like the most savage builds in the game that you can see all over the place. Get pop this, get that. See how quick your mod comes back?
Okay, this is it.
And pop again. No elite spawn. It's always nice when elite spawns and you're testing out the build. But that's okay. I think that's a good example. I don't need to take this any further. Like, if you could... Nope. Oh, yes, robots. Just what we did want to see last minute. Watch this. Not even going to fire another shot. Just let the build do the work. and then you're done. Look at that. Okay. Thanks so much for coming through. I really appreciate all the support. I really appreciate everyone watching my builds. I hope you're out there trying them. The people that comment and talk about changes, I do read it. I do see the comments. And I do try out new pieces of gear that are recommended and stuff like that. There's so many different little variables and factors. But when you get a build that handles well in Apocalypse and you can just kind of run the world and do mobbing with it, that's where I like, man, that's my threshold in this game. Bossing's cool, but once you got a boss pattern down, and once you know the boss's weakness, you're kind of there. Like, the new, the way they added in the update, the way that they have the different, modifiers on the aberrations that spawn in, those guys can be some of the most challenging enemies in the game, and those are kind of what you want to run into, and that's why being able to be out in the world, handle the mobs, and then deal with those situations and those different modifiers on those aberrations is huge. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, join the community, do us a huge solid and smash that like button. I'm out of here. I gotta go clear some more Nightmare without shooting any bullets. Adios.